This video is brought to you by TS4U IT Engineering Bootcamp. Are you looking for an IT bootcamp? In your journey with TS4U, you will get workshops and tasks every week, hands-on practice, technical tests and tasks, show and tell, mock interview. And we get paid fully only when you get a job. You can get affordable student loan. Become eligible for free tuition. We offer industry-demanding IT boot camps. Join now and start your IT engineering journey today with TS4U.
Right? Okay, so let's get it started. So I'm turning into the AWS application load balancer. So let's start. So can you please provide an explanation of AWS Alb and its method of distributing incoming traffic among multiple targets such as EC2 instance or containers?
Yeah, so as per the previous conversations, okay, so we tend to use the nginx as our load balancers, right? And that was years ago. So we didn't move to the containers yet, and we didn't have that much involvement with the cloud setup as well, because we had some on-premises setup as well. So after times, the teams actually decided to move on to containers. Okay, so we used Docker as our primary containerization tool. So with Docker, what we did, we had some pipelines. Those pipelines actually created the Docker images and posted to the ECR. At that point, we used the ECR, the Elastic Container Registry. So there we post our Docker images from the pipelines, and after that we deployed it to our EKS cluster. Okay, and at first we actually didn't start with the EKS cluster. Okay, so we used ECS cluster for those. So that's just for running Docker containers. We didn't have any Kubernetes capabilities then. So we just moved to the ECS cluster. So then we needed to route traffics to the multiple containers, right? So for those reasons, we started looking at the ALB. Okay, so at that point, we have options for CLB, the classic load balancer, and the ALB, and we chose to go for the ALB because we just wanted to have a single and simple layer 7 load balancer for our use cases. Okay, so that actually helped us a lot to route traffics to the ECS cluster and the ECS container. So what we had to do is add the ECS cluster as our target groups, the containers as our target groups, because in order to launch a load balancer in AWS specifically for ALB, you need to have some target groups. Okay, so the way it works is you need to specify a listener. Okay, and on that listener, we specify a port. Let's say I want 443 and 80 port to accept our customer's request. And then we need to route this traffic to our target groups. Okay, so AWS, since this is a managed load balancing service, so AWS actually has the target groups in order to add your targets where the request will be routed, and the load balancer will route the request. Okay, so we had the ECS cluster added to the target groups, and the load balancer could actually route the traffics to those target groups. And the EC2 instances we had, those were running nginx load balancer in front of them. For those, what we did, we ditched the nginx later on, and then what we did, we created some more target groups and added all the EC2 instances on those target groups. Okay, so using one single load balancer, we used the multiple routes to path-based routing to route the requests to different target groups. So for, let's say, for this specific endpoint, I need to go to the EC2. Now for another endpoint, I need to go to the container. So we were able to configure all the routes on the load balancer, and based on those routes, we are able to route traffics to different target groups based on the path that user was trying to do. So we pretty much were able to handle both of our traffics from the ECS cluster and the EC2 instances with one single load balancer.